Welcome back to Motorcycle World. Today we're tackling one of our most extreme tire comparisons ever, the Shinko 777 Cruiser Touring Tire against the Mitas E-12 Rally Raid Off-Road Tire. These two models sit at opposite ends of the rubber spectrum. One is built to swallow thousands of highway miles in comfort, the other to conquer the most unforgiving off-road terrain. But the reality is, many riders own, or are considering, both a highway cruiser and an off-road machine. And understanding these two tires in exhaustive detail can help you pick the right tool for each bike and each adventure. We'll start by exploring the design intent and history of each tire, then dive into their compound formulations, carcass constructions, tread geometries, real-world on- and off-road performance, heat and load management, suspension interaction, recommended pressures, mileage expectations, and finally, which rider profiles and use cases suit each tire best. So strap in, because this is going to be a long, detailed ride. 1. Design DNA and historical context. Shinko 777. Born in the early 2010s as Shinko's answer to high-mileage cruiser tires, the 777 quickly gained a reputation among Harley-Davidson touring riders for its combination of durability and comfort. Shinko's goal was simple: create a tire that could handle long highway stretches, two-up loads, and heavy saddlebags without overheating or wearing out prematurely. Mitas E-12. Developed over decades of rally raid competition pedigree, the Mitas E-12 traces its lineage to Dakar-style tires built for the extreme demands of desert racing. Mitas engineered the E-12 to withstand rock-strewn trails, deep sand, and high-speed desert runs, all while resisting punctures and maintaining predictable knob behavior. Understanding these origins helps explain why the 777 and E-12 are so different, but also why each excels in its own arena. 2. Compound and chemistry. Shinko 777 uses a hard natural rubber-based compound, optimized for heat resistance and mileage. Additives improve high-temperature stability, preventing tread glazing on long freeway stretches. No silica enrichment. Wet grip is adequate, but never the primary focus. Mitas E-12 utilizes a stiffer, abrasion-resistant compound with carbon black reinforcement for durability on abrasive rocks. Sidewall rubber is slightly softer to absorb impacts and prevent cracking under flex. No road-biased additives. Wet pavement traction is incidental, not engineered. In short, 777's chemistry is about lasting on tarmac. E-12's is about surviving off-road abuse. 3. Carcass and structural design. Shinko 777. Bias ply construction with reinforced beads to support heavy loads and maintain shape under long-distance stress. High sidewall stiffness reduces flex at load, but still offers enough compliance to smooth highway bumps. HD, heavy-duty, version adds an extra carcass ply for heavy bagger applications. Mitas E-12. Also bias ply, but with a rally-tuned carcass featuring a sturdy casing that resists puncture and collapse. Sidewall layering optimized for impact resistance. Rocks and roots won't pinch the tube or bead. Slightly lower overall carcass stiffness than 777 to allow knob flex and traction on uneven terrain. The carcass differences directly affect ride feel, comfort, and handling in each environment. 4. Tread geometry and knob/pattern analysis. Shinko 777. Continuous center rib on most sizes for low rolling resistance and straight-line tracking. Parallel lateral grooves evacuate rainwater and reduce hydroplaning risk, critical when you're filtering through traffic or facing sudden downpours. Wide, stable shoulder blocks give a planted feel in sweepers, but limit lean angle to about 30 to 35 degrees on cruisers. Mitas E-12. Aggressive, open pattern knobs with tall center rows for loose surface traction. High void ratio. Knobs spaced widely to self-clean mud and sand, ensuring knobs bite instead of packing up. Tall, sturdy side knobs provide lateral grip in off-camber trails, allowing up to 40 to 45 degrees lean when aired down. Each pattern is a direct reflection of intended terrain. Smooth pavement for 777, loose dirt and rocks for E-12. 5. On-road performance. Shinko 777. Comfort and stability. Plush ride at highway speeds. Vibration isolated by thick sidewalls. Cornering. Predictable, but slow turn-in due to block profile and high sidewall. Best for sweeping corners on cruisers. Braking. Good straight-line bite. Tread blocks remain rigid under hard stops. Lean braking not recommended. Wet grip. Adequate for highway speeds, not for aggressive cornering in the rain. Tread depth helps, but compound limits grip. Mitas E-12, short pavement runs only. Vibration and noise. Very high, deep knobs buzz and cause chatter. Traction. Center knobs offer some grip upright, but at lean, small contact patch and high voids make it unpredictable. Braking. Strong in a straight line on dry pavement. Any lean reduces contact drastically. Safety. Intended only for rubber-to-road segments. Avoid high-speed pavement, if possible. On road, the 777 feels like home. The E-12 feels like a rental knobby on a city commute. 6. Off-road and rally performance. Shinko 777. Light gravel, stable, but only shallow tread offers modest traction. Expect slip under power. Dirt roads. Acceptable at low speeds, but no knob bite for deep ruts or mud. Technical trails. Unsuitable. Block spacing too narrow, compound too hard. Mitas E-12. Loose gravel and sand. Exceptional. Knobs dig, self-clean, and maintain traction under heavy throttle. Rocky terrain. Sidewall protection and knob design handle sharp edges and rocks without chunking. Mud and soft. Moderate. Voids clear mud, but compound can slip on wet clay. Desert/hardpack. Perfect. Sturdy carcass and knobs handle sustained speed over washboard and rock. In the dirt, the E-12 is in its element. The 777 is lost. 7. Suspension interaction and setup tips. Shinko 777. Recommended pressures. Front 30 to 36 psi, rear 32 to 40 psi. Adjust for heavy loads /2 up. Suspension, mid-stiff settings. Too soft and the tire feels wallowy. Too firm and ride comfort suffers. Camper note. On long trips, check pressures daily. 777 flexes under load, generating heat. Mitas E-12. Recommended pressures. 18 to 22 psi off-road. 24 to 28 psi for short pavement transfers. Suspension. Softer compression damping to absorb trail chop. Preload adjusted to maintain sag when aired down. Rally tip. Lower pressures increase knob contact and comfort. Just avoid bottoming out. Proper setup amplifies each tire's strengths. 8. Mileage and wear patterns. Shinko 777. Average rear life. 15,000 to 25,000 kilometers. Wear, even across center rib, shoulder blocks last until near end of life. Signs of replacement. Center flats, cracking between blocks, reduced wet tread depth. Mitas E-12. Average life, 3,000 to 6,000 kilometers, vary widely by terrain. Wear. Center knobs often wear first under shuttle pavement runs. Side knobs wear under constant cornering. Signs of replacement. Knob rounding, chunking, steel belt exposure at knob base. One tire outlives the other by a factor of 4 or more. 9. Rider profiles and use cases. You belong on a Shinko 777 if you ride a heavyweight cruiser or bagger on highways and scenic backroads. Carry luggage or ride 2-up for extended tours. Value absolute comfort, mileage, and predictable wet performance on pavement. Rarely, if ever, venture off the asphalt. You belong on a Mitas E-12 if you own an enduro or dual sport bike and spend most of your time off-road. You belong on a Mitas E-12 if you own an enduro or dual sport bike and spend most of your time off-road. Compete in or train for rally raids, Baja events, or technical trail riding. Need a tire that can withstand rocks, roots, and desert heat. Don't mind swapping to a road tire for long highway segments. 10. Final verdict. Choosing between the Shinko 777 and the Mitas E-12 is not about which is better, but which is right for your mission. For asphalt adventures, epic cruiser journeys, and day-to-day touring, the Shinko 777 is unmatched in comfort, endurance, and highway manners. For dirt-devouring expeditions, rally raids, and hardcore off-road exploration, the Mitas E-12 stands alone in durability, traction, and survival in brutal terrain. Mixing these two up would be like bringing a road tread tire into the desert or a knobby into the Autobahn. It simply won't work.